Both my wife and I are very, very happy with the customer service, the peace of mind. The feeling of being covered is great.
Be a stand-up person like Dean. Ethos is life insurance built with you in mind. Straightforward, super fast, and affordable. The online application takes just minutes. There are no commissioned agents, and you'll get an instant hassle-free estimate.
My family and my wife will be taken care of. I'd highly recommend Ethos to anybody looking for life insurance. It's a no-brainer.
Go to ethoslife.com. That's ETHOS life.com. ethoslife.com.
Message and data rates may apply. Individual results may vary. Exclusions apply.
But hey, I'm buying a huge flat screen TV so I can finally see it without my glasses.
Why not just get LASIK at the LASIK Vision Institute? That's what I'm doing.
My glasses and contacts are a pain. I'd love to finally get rid of these, but who can afford LASIK?
You can. Because the LASIK Vision Institute is offering dramatically low prices and an absolutely free consultation. Just text TRY to 350-350. The LASIK Vision Institute has already performed over 1 million procedures. They use the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology that helps the majority of patients achieve 20/20 vision for a fraction of what others charge. Better vision, better value. The LASIK Vision Institute. Make this the year you finally get LASIK. For a free consultation plus an extra 20% discount, text TRY to 350-350. You'll see for free if LASIK is right for you. That's TRY to 350-350.
It's time for On Target Radio, Chicagoland's only radio show dedicated to the red meat issues that affect your life, from gun control to freedom of speech. Now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Welcome to On Target Radio. Tonight, we'll be discussing Joe Walsh's propensity for poor decision-making. A California deputy makes up a sniper story. Forget Trump 2020. Could Trump be campaigning for 1984? And the NRA faces yet another challenge. All that and more on tonight's On Target Radio. To participate in tonight's show, call 312-642-5600. Go to our Facebook page, On Target Radio. Watch us live on YouTube, On Target Radio. And don't forget a special treat for our Facebook fans. Find out what happens during commercials by watching our exclusive behind-the-scenes commercial time videos.
You know, what's a little bit insulting is if I just let him write his own copy, he actually does a better job.
It is a little depressing. As a professional writer, I'm sure it's a little depressing.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good stuff. He's got a future in radio.
Yeah.
I think so.
Not on this show now. So,
Boo. All right.
Joe Walsh, it's a good start to a show, don't you think? Start on a high note. High note, because he must be high. Joe's going to, he's declared his candidacy for president, which I find interesting. I do. You know, I like Joe. I do like him.
I used to like him.
I like him less every day.
I wonder, seriously, that's a lot of money. I mean, and against Trump in the primary, that's a lot of money.
I kind of don't think he's going to get very far, though.
I don't know. I mean, I think, and I don't mean to be pejorative, I think he doesn't have the base he used to have. And even with that base, I'm not sure they could afford that much money.
No, I don't think so. I've heard his radio show is losing listeners. And so that probably was his base.
The Tea Party, you don't hear much out of the Tea Party anymore.
Well,
you were very active. You helped start it in our area.
Yeah.
Are they still? Do they still meet? Do they still have?
Not that I know of. I don't know of any Tea Parties that still meet.
Yeah. See, I think.
I mean, there may be some.
That was his base. I
won't say that there aren't any.
Yeah. He was the darling of the Tea Parties, and if there's no Tea Party, what's left?
Well, the Tea Party kind of became to the Republicans what the AOC side of the liberals are to the Democrats.
They they were kind of off on the edge.
Exactly.
Which at the time is what sold it. I mean, people were fed up.
But that's the thing. The Tea Party thing, it was really always an ideology, and those people still exist. I mean, those people are still around. And
a lot
even if we don't have meetings or rallies, it doesn't mean we don't exist. I mean, of course we still do. We still believe in it, but we discussed from the beginning, okay, how do you change the system? And we decided it was getting elected, and so a bunch of us went out and got elected.
Right.
So,
but there was a structure, though, as I found out the hard way in John Fairman's when we tried to run him for sheriff in Cook County. You got to have soldiers. You either have to have money to buy them because they're available. There's companies
sure.
that'll do it.
Oh, sure.
You either have to have the money to buy it, which is astronomical,
Mm-hmm.
or you got to have boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And as an independent, that pretty much didn't exist. The Tea Party had structure. They got boots on the ground for that election. I mean, they turned out the vote. But if they've lost, if they're no longer a viable entity in their own right, then that was an army that's dissipated. You would have to get that army back together again somehow.
Well, like I said, I mean, I think those people are still out there. They have just integrated themselves into the party.
Problem is, a lot
for the
of
most
them
part.
like Trump.
Right. Yeah. Most of them
a lot
do.
of them like Trump.
Which is why I said, I used to like Joe Walsh, but if he's going to run against Trump, then no.
Well, the one thing that he says in this article that, because I do like Joe and I always enjoy watching him and listening to him, but the one thing he says in here that does kind of bother me is he's bought into this Trump always lies stuff. I just don't see Trump lying.
No.
I see him shooting from the hip.
Right.
And he doesn't always get it right, but I don't think he's lying. I think he believes everything he says. Sometimes he's just
right.
Yeah.
And anything that he's actually lied about was stuff that didn't matter, like Stormy Daniels.
I mean, I don't know.
I just see a lot of what he says he's going to do, and then he does it. So I don't know how you can really consider that a lot of lying. You know, and you're right. There are those little, stories here and there or whatever, but everybody has those. But when you actually follow up your words with actions, I have a lot of respect for that.
Well, and I think that's really the point, because he said he was going to do certain things. He made campaign promises and pretty much kept every one of them. I mean,
the things that he has been able to do, he has done. I mean, there's a lot of things that he needs Congress's cooperation, and they have not cooperated as far as like healthcare and stuff. But I definitely think he's doing what he's able to do.
Absolutely.
And he's definitely telling his people, Congress isn't working with me on this, so let's find another way. I mean, he's definitely telling his people, and that's another thing. That's a problem that I have with a lot of what Joe is saying here. It says that Joe said that Trump places his own interest above the nation's interest at every single turn. I don't think that's true.
I've not seen that.
I don't think that's true. First of all, he's giving his paychecks to various government agencies to support things that most people can feel good about, like national parks and things like that. and he has made our economy the most robust that it's ever been, I think. I don't
More blacks, there's lower unemployment among blacks today than ever.
Yeah, overall unemployment has never been this low.
The criticism you hear from the left is, he's always playing golf. It reminds me of when somebody said to the president, Lincoln, said, General Grant is an alcoholic. And Lincoln said, tell me what he's drinking, and I'm going to send a case of it to all my generals. And so I don't care if he's out playing golf. He's signing papers. He's getting stuff done. I don't care where he does it.
Sometimes business gets done on the golf course.
Absolutely.
There's that too. And he takes a lot of what they call working vacations, where he's down in Florida, but he's still working.
He's a workaholic.
He's
been that his entire life. He's always been a workaholic, right?
Yeah, and he tweets at like 3 a.m. I mean, the man never sleeps.
Exactly. So these are when you can't find anything to wrap your fingers around, you just make stuff up. You're listening to On Target Radio. This is AM 560 The Answer. We're talking about Joe Walsh making a run for president. Give us a call, 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600, and weigh in on Joe running for president.
So I read a little more deeply into this article. This is from the Tribune, by the way. It says back when he ran in 1996 and 1998 unsuccessfully for Congress, he supported abortion rights. He supported a ban on assault weapons.
Yep.
And he supported gun buyer background checks back then. And then in 2010, he flipped, and he supported a ban on abortion with no exceptions. Wrongly claimed, this according to the Tribune, wrongly claimed medical advances eliminated the need for women to have life-saving abortions, and became magically pro-Second Amendment.
And I think he genuinely was. I mean, he and I've had conversations about Second Amendment over the years, and he certainly didn't seem like he was anti-Second Amendment. I would say, well, okay, we got a call. We got 2 minutes. Why not? We got a call from Bill, who's on the south side, about Joe. Bill, how you doing?
Good. I was just going to say, I listened to Joe Walsh when he first started and everything, but I remember I don't know if it was a month or two before the election that he made this declaration. He says, make no doubt about it, Hillary Clinton will be the next president of the United States. And I said, what's he talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can't predict that. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people did say that and this, but you never know what's going to happen in things, in situations like that. And but it seems like every time you turned around at certain times, he would come off with an off-the-wall statement against Trump, like he wants to stick a dagger in his back, politically, and it just didn't make sense to me. So I just stopped listening to him because it would just infuriate me at times. For no reason at all, he would come out with these statements and turn his whole show and try to twist things negatively toward Trump and never bring out his accomplishments. Like you guys said, there's a lot of accomplishments being made.
What I find interesting, though, Bill, is Trump is a maverick, and so is Joe Walsh. They may not be cut from the exact same bolt of cloth, but both of them are people who have been, they go right to the edge and sometimes cross it. And they both have that in common. And I don't know how much it comes into play, but for some reason, Joe just didn't like Trump, and that was that. It was all there was to it.
Anyway. But I've heard something that he was on CNN. Joe Walsh was actually on CNN. Is that true?
I didn't see it, but I read that he was on. Yeah, I did.
Why would you even go on that channel? See, I mean, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what, and he's not going to have any base,
No.
And like I said, it's cost a lot of money to run it, and Trump would just chew him up and spit him out. That's just what would happen.
I appreciate the call, Bill. We got to take a break, but thank you very much. Have a nice evening. And when we come back with more On Target Radio, we're going to talk about a California sheriff's deputy that faked a sniper. All that and more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
Rochester TSA, this is a fun story.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
An airport security worker is without a job because of a 2-word message which read, "You ugly."
This guy's not that ugly.
It doesn't matter. I think you're missing the point. It's not the subjective whether he's attractive or not. Nobody's coming through. She's got a little piece of paper and she's just writing notes to the passengers, having a little bit of fun with them.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Balance of nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I love it. I'll take it for life. When I go in and I get all my checkups and everything and that, my numbers are just, they're through the roof. Good. It works well.
It is the most wonderful product I think I've ever taken.
The success of using this product has just been wonderful. And it's so pleasant to take. It's so easy to use. There's just no downside to it. If a product like this is going to improve your life, then this is the best one out there.
Experience the balance of nature difference for yourself. For a limited time, all new preferred customers will receive an additional 30% discount and free shipping on your first Balance of Nature order. You will also receive an extra $10 off on any additional set of fruits and veggies you purchase. This summer special will expire, so don't wait. Call 800 2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
Legal, high-potency marijuana is coming to Illinois. Protect your family and community from this dangerous drug that will make our homes, public spaces, workplaces, and roads less safe.
Ask your mayor, village trustees, county board members, and other elected local officials to pass an ordinance prohibiting marijuana businesses in your community.
Kathy Valenti with IllinoisFamily.org.
For a sample pot opt-out ordinance to give to your local elected officials, go to IllinoisFamily.org and click Pot Opt-out. Ask police, teachers, pastors, and other local leaders to write letters and speak at public hearings in support of a ban on marijuana sales in your community.
For a sample pot opt-out ordinance to give to your local elected officials, go to IllinoisFamily.org and click Pot Opt-out.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
And we're back with more On Target Radio. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. We were discussing Joe Walsh going to run for president, and Candace is on the phone from Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. She's going to weigh in on the Joe Walsh thing. How you doing, Candace?
Hi. Hey, I got really turned off to Joe Walsh. I used to listen to him every day, and my friend and I would do like campaign stuff, on whoever he was, pushing or whatnot. But I got really upset with him with the whole Russian collusion thing. When he jumped on board that and started demonizing Trump, acting like he was with Russia, I was like, oh, hell no. I mean, it was ridiculous that you don't even know how corrupt Mueller is, and then he even said that Mueller was a friend of his, and I just thought, ew. Because, I mean, when you look at the reputation of this man, who Louis Gohmert called out in a 48-page report, you're like, no way, So that's when I knew something was up with him, and I'm like, no way. I stopped listening to his show. He stopped taking calls of people who disagreed with him on the Russian collusion thing. That's when I was done. That's a surprise. I haven't listened to Joe in a long time. He was never one to not get into controversial, especially on the phone. That's a surprise. I don't know, but thanks for giving us a call. We appreciate it. We also have, as long as Walsh is running for us, we have John from Delavan. It's like a neighbor from Delavan, Wisconsin. You got a thought about Walsh? How you doing this evening, John?
Yeah, I've got a thought about him. I mean, why is he running as a Republican? He's calling Al Sharpton his good friend. He's going against the president that's done more for Israel than any other president ever.
That's true.
And his wife is Jewish, okay? I mean, this guy's a joke. He's a bozo, and it's taken everything that I have in me from not saying stuff that won't air.
We appreciate that.
And George will give you the finger every time, trust me.
Tell him to try to win another election, like locally, which he couldn't do against, what was it, Tammy Duckworth beat him?
Yeah, Tammy Duckworth.
That's a good point.
But to be fair,
the one-term congressman that couldn't win another election in Illinois,
John,
and you're going to run against Donald Trump.
To be fair though, because I like Joe personally. To be fair, he didn't win that election because he got totally zoned out of it. They redistricted him to the point where he had like his vote and Helene's, and that was it. So there was more to it than simply Tammy Duckworth. But you're right. I mean, he's run a number of times for things, and he only hit a home run one time. So
I have a theory, John, that some people run for president because after you run for president, even if you lose, you can charge astronomical speaking fees. And especially because I've heard that his listenership has declined on this radio station. He's trying to line up his next job, and so he wants to be a speaker, an itinerant speaker, and he can garner six-figure speaking fees if he's run for president.
I'm officially making an announcement that I'm running for president of the United States in the primary.
You go.
Lombardo Fritz 2020.
That's it.
I'm not running against Trump. No way, no how.
I'm going to run my speaker
Tea Party
fees up to $1.50 an hour.
You
now.
you can ask anybody who knows me. Ever since Trump's been elected, I've been saying every day's Christmas.
It really is.
Oh,
yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. Well, I appreciate the call, John. Thanks. Looks like we're off of Trump now. And this California sheriff's deputy thing, really, I don't get it. The guy comes in to work, and he's got a hole in his arm and ballistic vest. He says he's been shot by a sniper in a parking lot, and they turn out helicopters, and they go looking for the whole thing. And it's all BS. It's not true. He finally admits there was enough evidence against that it ever happened, like there's no bullet wound for one, that they, he finally admitted it's true. What would possess you to do that?
Well, what I don't like about this is it says that, that he actually cut, like with a knife,
Yeah.
he cut his uniform. It's like, what are you thinking at that point? I mean, obviously they're going to be able to tell the difference between a bullet hole and, a material cut with a knife.
You
And
would
then
think.
it doesn't go into why he actually did it.
And that's the part I really want to hear.
Right.
What was the thought process about, I'm going to tell him I was shot by a sniper? Well, first of all, if you don't go to a hospital because you got a bullet hole in your
There you
body,
go, right.
that really cuts down the I'm shot by a sniper theory.
Usually snipers don't miss that much.
That's true too.
You wouldn't be going into anywhere.
It's like the 600-yard berm. Those guys miss by inches, not by 65 feet.
Right.
I got a bunch of police things here. Another one is the Phoenix thing, where if they pull a gun, and yes, if they point it, but if a Phoenix cop, did it go into effect right away? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Anyway.
It doesn't say.
If a Phoenix cop pulls a gun and points it at somebody, they have to cut paper. Can you imagine that? So every time you pull out a gun and point, as I said, when we pull out a gun, we point it at somebody. Otherwise, why were you pulling out a gun? But you got to cut paper. You work in places like some of the places in Will County.
Well, sure.
You're going to spend your whole night at a typewriter.
Well, right. You would work like 2 hours of your 8-hour shift,
Yeah.
and then you got to go write a report, and then you go back out on the road for an hour, and then you got to go write another report.
Imagine if they did it like in Cook County or Chicago. My
Right, that's what I'm
gosh,
saying. If you
right?
work in some bad areas, I'm not talking about locally. I'm talking about
Right.
Nationwide.
Right, right.
You're listening on Target Radio. This is AM 560. The Answer. Give us a call. 312-642-5600. Why would a cop try to fake being shot? I mean, how do you even think you're going to get away with that?
We're going to have to follow up on this at
We
some point
really
when we
are.
get more information.
We got Patrick from Schaumburg on the line, who is a Walsh listener. So, Patrick, you like Walsh or not?
I've listened to Joe, I think, from the first night he was on the radio. And I was one of his first callers, and I've talked to him many times over the years, and I've met him on several occasions. And I think he's a very nice guy.
I agree. We know him. I agree.
And I think he's a really good person, and I enjoyed every time I met him and had any interaction with him. But I'm very disappointed in what he's doing, and I don't know how to react to it, because when you like someone, when you think someone's a pretty decent guy, and something like this happens, I'm a little conflicted. I just don't know what happened there, but and I hope that he's doing this for all the right reasons. I hope he's not doing it to feather his own nest.
Well, I have to agree, because the first I heard about this was yesterday in the men's room at the Bolingbrook Country Club, and a couple of guys were talking about it, and I go, who are you talking about? You're not talking about Joe Walsh. And they go, yeah, Joe Walsh. I go, that's not Joe Walsh. That's not him. Well, apparently it is.
It is.
Yeah, and that really took me by surprise. But I'm not big on judging people without knowing all the facts. I don't know what's on the other side of that equation.
But I don't disagree with Patrick. Every time I've talked to him, he seems like a very nice person. I mean, personally,
He is.
I like him personally.
He always remembers us, remembers who we are. He likes to talk to
Yeah,
us.
I'm disappointed that he's
Can you
doing
still hear
this.
me?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I would call into his program on occasion, and I met him once, and I said, I'm so-and-so from so-and-so, and he knew me.
Oh, he was good at that. And he worked a room like nobody you'll ever know.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen him work a room, he can
Oh, yeah.
really work a room.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
Well, hey, thanks for calling, Patrick. Appreciate
right.
the insight. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Maybe Joe Walsh can call our show and explain this.
That's a good
himself.
idea. We should try to get Joe Walsh on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe not tonight.
That's
but,
going to happen.
You know.
Real quick.
Maybe next week.
Before we close out, the one last item I wanted to cover. Bernie Walsh has suggested.
Bernie Sanders.
I'm saying Bernie Walsh.
Bernie Sanders.
Freudian slip there.
Yeah. Bernie Sanders suggested that under him there would be a civilian corps of unarmed first responders. Okay, all three of us have worn the uniform.
This is funny stuff.
How
This
many
is
of us
really
would,
funny
How many of
stuff.
us would go out on the street in a uniform without a gun?
Let me think about that. No.
Negative.
Okay, Bernie, that's that one's done. That's
That's a negatory. Yeah.
Done.
So
It's not going.
So for order maintenance violations like disturbing the peace, mental health emergencies, and low-level conflicts outside the criminal justice system, they would send out EMTs, social workers, and other trained professionals who would be
low
unarmed.
level. Low level is the key
Yeah.
word here.
How do you
Yeah.
how do you determine what that is? And these type of situations can spiral and escalate
one
like
second.
faster than you can even imagine.
1 second, the guy's cooperative. You look to the side and you're looking at a gun when you look back.
Right. I mean,
it's crazy.
Oh, you're holding up a store. How does that make you feel?
yeah.
Is that okay?
I get a call of a woman walking on the highway, and you show up. She's drunk. She's unreasonable. Next thing you know, you're pepper spraying her.
Exactly. Speaking of pepper spraying, we got to take a break again. We'll be back with more on Target Radio after these brief messages. And you're listening to AM 560.
The answer.
Don't miss Freedom Summit 2019. Coming to the Chicago West and Northwest in Itasca on Saturday, November 2nd. This year featuring headline speakers Michelle Malkin, Sean Hannity, Sebastian Gorka, and Laura Logan. Get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Automated Systems Incorporated, HealthInsuranceMentors.com, Crumweedy Roofing, and by Joe Cotton Ford in Carroll Stream.
Fox News, I'm Mike Piazza. A surprise visit at the G7 summit by Iran's foreign minister with more. Fox's John Roberts.
French officials say President Trump was made aware that Zarif was coming at dinner last night, but did not know about it before he left Washington for France.
Zarif had arrived in Biarritz at the invitation of the French foreign minister to continue talks between the Iranian and French governments. You can get more bang for your buck at the gas pump next week.
Stocks are also abundant, so we have low prices and abundant supply. Of course, that is ideal for motorists.
Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey, which tracks gas prices, speaking with Fox News. Gas dropped 8 cents a gallon to an average of $2.66. Prices have dropped 17 cents over the past 6 weeks. America is listening to Fox News.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now, you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
Excuse me.
Yes.
In case you haven't noticed, advertising has changed over the years.
What?
It used to be customers could find or discover your business in just a handful of ways. Now, life is digital with so many more options and things you need to do. You need Salem Surround, a full-service digital agency with all your digital marketing under one roof. When a potential customer searches for your product, do they find your business or the competition? Is your business's contact information accurate and everywhere it should be to reach today's digital consumer? Does your website have all the right tools to turn visitors into leads? If not, we've got some solutions. Contact Salem Surround for a free evaluation of your digital presence and to help get your message in front of today's digital audience. We'll help deliver customers by putting your business message in the right place at the right time. Don't just invest in a marketing strategy. You need to surround your target audience. Learn more at surroundchicago.com. Surroundchicago.com, connecting you with new customers.
Now return to On Target on AM 560. The Answer. If you have a question or opinion, the studio line is 312-642-5600. Now, here's your host, firearm expert and educator, David Lombardo.
The problem is it's high-powered weapons. It's weapons that go through walls, in some instances, armory that officers wear. It's the availability of a double-barrel magazine, extended clips.
In the segment that will now be covered, that covers gibberish, and I hate to say this because this is my president speaking, but, well, not speaking, that'll be Gretchen, but my president has come up with neurobehavioral technology to prevent mass shooters. If you can do this, this will be a miracle.
I don't know that he actually said this. Someone has proposed this to the Trump administration, but the only thing it says that confirms it. Now, again, did you guys say this is Vanity Fair? Did you guys caveat this already? Okay, so this is from Vanity Fair. Wow. So take everything that we say in the next couple of minutes with a grain of salt, okay? A grain of liberal salt. The administration has been briefed multiple times on a plan to create a new government agency. Those are bad words in my world. And that they've been excited about those briefings is what the article says. So Trump has said we have to remember the gun doesn't pull the trigger. He said the other day, I did hear the clip, that he said we have very, very strong background checks already, which I think the background checks could be better. We've talked about that. He says, the gun doesn't pull the trigger, a person does, and we have a lot of mental illness. So this company has, or a pancreatic cancer research organization of someone that he knows, has proposed a new government department, again, those are dirty words, called the Health Advanced Research Projects Agency, which could house a project to address gun violence that they're calling Stopping Aberrant Fatal Events by Helping Overcome Mental Extremes. And it would they're saying it's a multimodality solution along with real-time data analytics needed to achieve such an accurate diagnosis.
So here's my question. If I donate money now to pancreatic cancer research, is it going to this garbage or what?
Well, again, this is just a proposal that they're putting before the administration.
Did you read the most chilling part of this? What they use to collect data?
Yes, I did.
And you know what that is. They list Apple Watches, Fitbits, Amazon Echo, Google Home, and what are you going to add? What's that stupid thing where you talk and it does? Amazon's got one, and so too
Alexa.
Alexa's got it.
There
They're
goes my
listening
Fitbit. There we go.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? All that stuff that they said, oh, this is for marketing. Now they're talking about using it against people.
Oh, you're talking about smart TVs and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we've known that,
and we've
for
been
a
talking.
long
Yeah,
time.
we've been talking about that for
Samsung,
years.
right.
I was I not just saying today on the way here that I don't want to upgrade my phone because I think my current phone does not spy on me, and I don't want to upgrade to a phone that will spy on me.
Oh, your current phone spies on you.
I have a 5.
I know that it spied on you.
Okay, well,
it's just not a
the Motorola Razor spied on you. I'm
it
sure.
is.
You know?
Well, I had one of those. I know I had a StarTAC.
Okay, that might not have.
If you had a bag phone, you'd probably be
But
reasonably okay.
but yeah, so Vanity Fair. Now, see, this is the part I don't agree with. This is the grain of liberal salt part. Advancing the view that mass gun violence is a mental health problem should alarm us all, is what this woman from the NAACP Legal Defense Fund says. This phrase, though, if anyone can explain this to me, I'd really appreciate it. Negatively racialized disabled people will be the most likely to be victimized, targeted, blah, blah, blah.
All the way home, we're going to be talking about what that
Negatively
means.
racialized.
Sounds like a double negative. I don't know. That's weird.
Well, as you say,
I mean, if that's not some like progressive newspeak, I don't know what is.
As you say, everybody needs an editor.
It's like, did they mean for all those words to come out together the way they did, or
I think they did, but it's just to me, I'm like, okay, my brain just writes that off as.
It might be more interesting to try to get them to define positively racialized.
Yeah, well, it would be instructive because at least then you'd know it's the opposite. But I mean, it's like my brain just like writes that.
Do you know
off
what that
as,
reminds
as
me
as liberal gobby.
Do you remember there used to be a game where you pick one word from column one word from column? You remember that? There was a game that you used to play, and you could make a sentence out of random words.
Did you and George Washington play that game? I don't remember that one.
Good. We're coming up on a break, and I can.
Seems like Ad Libs to me. We used to fill
Mad
in,
Libs.
yeah.
Mad Libs, yeah.
Mad Libs,
Yeah,
Ad Libs,
yeah,
yeah. Or Mad
but
Libs. Yeah.
but the thing that I picked up when I looked at that really does bother me, all joking aside, is the fact the very things we've been talking about for years now on this show, that they keep saying we don't listen to it, it's for marketing,
Right.
blah blah blah. Now they're saying we can use it against you.
Well, it's not even so much use it against you, but I mean, like I said, anytime somebody says new government agency, I go, no, wrong answer.
Now, come on, you should have nothing to hide with all this data, right? I mean, if you
That's
don't, if
right.
you're not doing anything wrong,
Then
right,
what's wrong with it?
Yeah, it's all
Right.
good.
Yeah.
I do plenty of things wrong, and I don't want anyone to know about it.
Really?
I don't mind people knowing the wrong things I do.
Yeah, you were just talking about trying to get in trouble.
Yeah.
When did I lose control? Anyway, we're going to take another break. When we come back, more woes for the NRA. This is getting scary, folks. More woes for the NRA. We'll talk about that and more on Target Radio when we return after these brief messages. And this is AM 560. The Answer.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Gecometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Balance of nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but all of a sudden it kicked in. I don't know how long it took it to kick in, but it kicked in. I feel it. I have more spring in the old step than I did before. Somebody told me, they said, boy, what is with you?
The problem is it's high-powered weapons. It's weapons that go through walls, in some instances armory that officers wear. It's the availability of a double-barrel magazine, extended clips.
Experience the balance of nature difference for yourself. For a limited time, all new preferred customers will receive an additional 30% discount
The problem
and free
is
shipping on your
it's
first Balance of
high-powered
Nature
weapons.
order. You
It's
will
weapons
also
that
receive
go
an
through
extra
walls, in some
$10 off on
instances
any
armory
additional set of
that
fruits and
officers
veggies you
wear.
purchase.
It's the
This summer special will
availability of a
expire, so don't
double-barrel
wait.
magazine,
Call
extended clips.
800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
Message and data rates may apply. Please don't text while driving.
If you've been in business more than 20 minutes, you've probably printed your logo on all kinds of promotional products. We all know promotional products work because they're everywhere from sales meetings and corporate events to trade shows. Ever wondered why or how to best use promotional products to grow your business? Let us show you today for free. We're 4imprint, promotional product experts at your service. We're giving away an ebook called Promotional Products Work, absolutely free, to everyone who texts radio to 88988. At 4imprint, we make your logo look perfect on thousands of promotional items. With our 100% guarantee, it'll be right the first time, on time, every time. Your free ebook will reveal valuable insights that can attract new customers, build your brand, help your cause, or simply grow your business. Get the ebook Promotional Products Work absolutely free by texting radio to 88988. That's RADIO to 88988.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
It doesn't rain, but it pours. The NRA's back in the headlines now. You know, Governor Andrew Cuomo has never been a friend of the NRA or anything that has to do with firearms. So he's bringing to bear the power of the state of New York. They're going after the NRA on the carry guard insurance, which he says the plan that covers gun owners if they kill or injure someone with a firearm. That's a little heavy.
It's a little extreme.
Yeah,
that's an extreme description. It helps you with your legal expenses.
Yeah.
You have to use a firearm in self-defense.
And then he says the list of politicians who are afraid of the NRA is a mile long. He didn't, some state official unnamed. But Governor Cuomo and his administration are not on it. Yeah, it really takes a lot of guts to sue somebody over a question about what's on an insurance policy.
Yeah,
that's Cuomo.
It's super scary. It says the subpoena compels Wayne LaPierre to testify about the carry guard policies that the DFS, the Department of Financial Services, is investigating as part of its mission to regulate financial products and insurance.
Give us a call, 312-642-5600. Weigh in on the NRA. What's your opinion of the NRA today? This is my thought. Wayne LaPierre makes a lot of money. Mm-hmm. It's a huge organization.
Yep.
Right. There is a lot of money. He's taken perks that I will admit are pretty extreme. But having said that, he's the face of the NRA. They have gotten where they are because of Wayne LaPierre pushing all these years.
And he eats, sleeps, and breathes the NRA.
He does.
I mean,
Absolutely.
he lives for that organization. I mean, not only is he the face of it that everybody knows, but that's his whole life. I mean, I have a hard time believing that he would do anything not in the best interest of the organization.
I can't weigh in one way or the other. I know I've said this about people in Congress. Okay. I know you got insider information. I know you're getting you don't go into Congress with a bank account of $250,000 and come out maybe 12 years later and you're a multimillionaire. I mean, you didn't get that by salary. My question is, what are you doing for me in the process? When you're skimming or doing whatever you're doing and taking junkets and all that stuff, what are you doing for John Q. Public? And you can say anything you want about Wayne LaPierre, excessive, extravagant, whatever it is. What has he done for gun owners? And the answer is a lot.
A lot.
A lot. And people now are given this, well, they were against us in this or against us with that. They read the wind. They know what's going on. And first of all, Chris Cox was the ILA guy. But they know what's going on. They take the best move they can. I've worked with the NRA on some cases, and this concept that they would sell gun owners out is idiotic. In fact, this iteration of the NRA, since Wayne LaPierre turned over, is exactly the opposite. They're almost psycho pro-gun, because it used to be years ago, it was more recreational hunting, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And under LaPierre and that group, it's become, do or die, draw the line in the sand.
Well, right. David Keene, in his speech, talked about how there was one outdoor show. I think the big one they do in Pennsylvania or wherever
Yes,
it is.
right.
And they...
AR-15s.
Yeah, the city or whatever jurisdiction, they were saying that they weren't going to allow them to show AR type rifles, and the fishing vendors were the ones, the fishing and other sporting type vendors were the ones to say, no, we absolutely cannot allow this, because they knew that if they allowed them to take away one kind of gun from that show, it was just gonna be, poop rolling downhill.
Yeah,
basically.
So they're doing it. The NRA's conducting internal investigations and all of that. That's fine. That's what they should do. The board should do that. A lot of significant board members have bailed, though. I mean, quite a number of longtime board members have pulled the.
I haven't heard any
plug.
names, though. I mean,
Yeah,
don't necessarily tell me on the air, but I haven't heard any names. Do we know?
They're the more traditional type. They're not the Ted Nugent types. They're the ones that have money and own big companies and that kind of stuff.
So not the actor that
not the real flashy
we were
ones.
talking about the other day.
Although if you think about it, Ollie North, that's
yeah.
And what I guess was shocking to me is Ollie North and Chris Cox together were, I don't know. I'm not on the inside. I don't have any more information than anybody else does. If there's something really wrong, then that's a different issue. You got to do what you got to do. But overall, I think they're running roughshod over the guy.
But, and I think it's good that they're airing their dirty laundry, but, then it gives everybody a chance to get the pitchforks out, and any little thing that you don't agree with, now it's like, oh, don't join the NRA. They're not for us and all this. And I may make some enemies by saying this, but you need to keep supporting the NRA.
Absolutely.
Because they're the ones that are actually the big lobby groups out there that are actually, on the ground protecting our rights. Now, as much as you think they might or might not be doing that, if it wasn't for them, we'd have a big problem.
Well, and here's the thing. Regardless of what he may or may not be doing, that is not changing the fact that the NRA's in their,
right, their mission's still the same.
That hasn't changed, and it's not going to change. But they're doing internal audits and investigations, and if there's a problem, if there's a real legitimate problem, then that's a different story. You got to do something about it.
Hey, and they find it and they take care of it, and I'm
exactly,
happy.
And we go on.
Right.
Fortunately, we have other groups that could, if necessary, they'd have to spool up certainly. But there's Gottlieb's group and what's the other guy? I can't remember. There could be Plan B, but man, the NRA is big. They got all the marbles right now. It'd be idiotic to have a problem with that.
They have a very well-oiled machine. I mean, it's a very good organization.
Okay, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have Gretchen's action items, and also Epstein might not have committed suicide. We'll see.
I have a lot of action items.
All that and more when we return with more on Target Radio, and you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
Something you need to know about Pete and Seth Talbot, the father-son owners. They're on a mission to help as many people as possible to get out of pain. They've been a consistent sponsor of this show. In radio, sponsors come and go. They may even stay for a year or so, and then they're gone. Not so with Relief Factor. Pete and Seth are consistent year after year. Why? Because tens of thousands of people are now taking Relief Factor every day for their back and neck pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, knee pain, etc. And now they're in less or no pain at all. That's the truth. I'd like you to try it. 3-week quick start is just $19.95. In 3 weeks, you'll know if it works. How's that? Is that a great thing or what? Cancel if it doesn't work. Otherwise, it's the best $19.95 you will have spent. That's the Quick Start, ReliefFactor.com.
Hi, this is Amy Jacobson to talk about my incredible experience with Online Trading Academy. I signed up for my own free class, and you can too. You'll be introduced to skills to take control of your financial future. You'll learn the right moves to make when the economy turns and how to spend less time worrying about life and more time living it. You know, no one else will ever care about your financial future as much as you do. It's time for you to start learning how to invest in you. Seats are limited. Just call 844-778-7132 to attend and get 2 free passes to their next class so you can check this all out. And if you call right now, they will send you home with their Professionals Insider Kit. It's loaded with exclusive investing courses and some of their best lessons from the pros. This is a limited opportunity and seats go quickly, so call 844-778-7132. That's 844-778-7132, or visit them online at otaclass.com, otaclass.com.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
Save the date for the 6th Annual Constitutional Rights Fundraiser for the Illinois State Rifle Association, Monday, October 14th at Ruby Agave Latin Kitchen in Homer Glen. If you live in the extremely anti-gun area of Highland Park and Deerfield, you will not want to miss the State Line Rifle Association meeting on Tuesday, August 27th at 7 p.m. at the American Legion in Round Lake Park. Current Congressman Brad Schneider and his challenger Valerie Ramirez Mukherjee are both scheduled to speak. This is your chance to ask Brad Schneider the hard questions and tell him what you think. I shared the Facebook event on our Facebook page earlier today. If, on the other hand, you live in the Coal City area, you may wish to attend Operation Firm Handshake, Illinois' largest free veterans picnic on Saturday, September 7th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Coal City Area Club Pavilion. All Illinois veterans and active duty military personnel are invited to bring their families to this absolutely free event. I posted the flyer on our Facebook page earlier today. The next day, there is another veterans event. I Got for Vets Range Day is Sunday, September 8th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Pond Creek Shooting Range in Herrin, Illinois. Admission is $30. There will be a gun raffle, a silent auction, and shooting competitions. And yes, you can buy a chance to blow up a van full of tannerite. Pistol, shotgun, rifle, 500-yard rifle, clay, and archery ranges. There are no caliber restrictions. Ammo will also be available for purchase. I shared the Facebook event on our Facebook page earlier today, but I think it's a private event, so it just comes up as like the URL. But if you click on it, it goes there and it works. The Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to their annual zombie shoot, Saturday, September 14th, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Aurora Sportsman's Club in Waterman. Over the years, the event has evolved into a 10-stage action shooting extravaganza with something for everyone. Whether your preferred zombie-slaying weapon is a pistol, rifle, shotgun, or muzzleloader, this event will give you plenty of zombie-killing opportunities. Adult admission is $80. Complete details and tickets are available on eventbrite.com. I put the link on our Facebook page last week. Join On Target Radio at the 34th Annual Gun Rights Policy Conference, September 20th to 22nd in Phoenix, Arizona. Registration is free and includes literature and the Friday night reception. Go to saf.org/GRPC to register. The following Safer USA classes are at our facility in Waterman. Saturday, August 31st, Illinois Concealed Carry Renewal Class, taught by David. Saturday and Sunday, September 28th and 29th, Illinois Concealed Carry 1. This 16-hour class will be taught by David and meets the training requirements for Illinois Concealed Carry as well as Florida and Arizona. To sign up for classes, go to saferusa.com and click on register.
If you come out to the zombie shoot, I'll even let you use a double barrel clip.
So the latest news from the Epstein thing is that it looks like he was actually murdered, and I've got it written up, but we don't have time to do it.
There's some evidence.
But,
it's not.
yeah.
It's not super strong evidence.
Well, the
Not
strongest evidence
surprised.
is he was on their Clinton's best friend list.
Well, yes,
And that
but
was
they have
strong
some.
evidence.
They have some dirt on Bill Clinton. That's all you really need to know.
Knob Creek is what I'm talking about. We need to look at going to Knob Creek. That's what we need to do.
In Kentucky.
On behalf of David, Gretchen, and myself, we'd like to thank you for listening to On Target Radio.
We'd also like to thank George Hoffman on the board. Learn how you can be a sponsor partner for a lot less than you'd imagine. Call 815-741-3474 for details.
And be sure to listen next week when we'll be covering more red meat issues that affect your life. For On Target Radio, I'm Eric Allen.
Hi, it's Amy Jacobson. You know, our listeners helped build MyPillow into the amazing company that it is today. And now MyPillow is giving back to our listeners. You can get deep discounts